the sun-drenched plains of Africa, there's no room for sentiment and no time for mercy. Every moment is a struggle, a story told in blood and bone. This world runs on a single, inescapable rule: eat or be eaten. Here, life doesn't just fade away, it's taken, often violently, to fuel the survival of another. It's the most basic transaction in all of nature, the transfer of energy from one living thing to the next. In this ancient war of teeth and claws, speed and stealth, how do you avoid being torn apart? How do you make sure it's your bloodline, not your enemies, that sees another sunrise? Survival here is like a high-stakes chess match played on a million-acre board where every species has perfected its own unique strategy to get an edge. Some become ghosts in the grass, mastering the art of ambush until their presence is just a whisper of danger. Others bet everything on a single, explosive burst of speed, a gamble that pits pure acceleration against a frantic zigzag escape. And some have learned over millennia that the greatest power isn't in one individual, but in the unbreakable, intelligent, and ruthless bonds of a pack. But which of these ancient strategies is the best? Is it the silent, patient stalk that ends in a sudden burst of violence? Is it the all-out, lung-searing sprint across the open plains? Or is it the power of many, a coordinated symphony of chaos? To find the answer, our story starts not with a roar, but with a deep and unsettling silence. It begins with a master of that first, deadliest art form, a hunter that defines survival through its mastery of silence. While some predators announce their presence with a roar that shakes the plains, others have perfected the art of simply not being there. The leopard is a phantom, a solitary assassin whose power is rooted in its deep, unnerving silence. It leads a lonely existence, with males holding huge territories that can stretch from 30 to over 1,000 square kilometers, depending on the habitat and how much prey is around. These territories often overlap with the smaller ranges of several females, and their brief meetings to mate are one of the few breaks in their solitude. This lonely life means the leopard has to be a master of all trades in the brutal business of survival. Every hunt is a solo performance, a chilling masterclass in patience, camouflage, and deadly precision. Its coat, a stunning mosaic of rosette patterns, is much more than just beautiful. It's a cloak of invisibility. The patterns break up the cat's outline, letting it blend in perfectly with the dappled light and shifting shadows of the bush. Every movement is a study in calculated grace. It moves like a liquid shadow through the grass on padded paws, a ghost of muscle and intent, its wide eyes locked on a target that has no idea what's coming. It can stalk its prey for hours, using every dip in the terrain and every blade of grass to hide its approach, sometimes getting as close as 3 meters before it strikes. Tonight, the target is an impala that strayed a little too far from the watchful herd. The leopard sinks low, its belly pressed to the earth, like a coiled spring of lethal energy. Then, in a silent, violent explosion, the ambush is sprung. The sprint is short, a burst of speed hitting nearly 60 kilometers per hour, designed not for a long chase, but to close that final gap before the alarm can be raised. The kill is brutally quick, a testament to efficiency, usually a single powerful bite to the neck or throat that crushes the spine or suffocates the prey. But the work isn't over. To protect its hard-won meal from opportunistic lions and ever-present hyenas, the leopard performs an almost unbelievable feat of strength. It can haul a carcass that's sometimes heavier than its own body high into the branches of a tree, wedging it safely out of reach. There have even been reports of leopards dragging young giraffe carcasses weighing over 120 kilograms up into the canopy, a display of power that secures their meal for days. This is the leopard's world, a silent, solitary battle where success isn't just about the kill, but about having the strength and foresight to keep it. The art of the ambush is a deadly game of patience. If you're enjoying this deep dive into predator strategy, hit that like button. But what happens when the landscape offers no cover, and the only way to survive is to outrun your prey in a breathtaking display of raw speed? Next, we're exploring the high-speed world of the savanna's ultimate sprinter. Where the leopard masters stealth, the cheetah masters speed. It's an animal built for a single breathtaking purpose: explosive acceleration. This is the fastest land animal on Earth, a marvel of biological engineering. Forget sports cars. A cheetah can go from 0 to over 95 kilometers per hour in under 3 seconds. But this incredible gift comes at a huge cost. The cheetah's body is a paradox of power and fragility. Its lightweight frame, incredibly, long and flexible spine and massive lungs are all designed for the chase. Even its claws are unique. They're semi-retractable and act like running spikes, gripping the earth for better traction. Watch as a female cheetah locks her gaze on a Thompson's gazelle. The stalk is tense, but it's a different kind of game than the leopard's. It's not about getting within pouncing distance, but about closing in to the perfect range for an all-out attack run. The chase itself is a blur of focused energy, a dramatic, high-stakes sprint that can only last for a few hundred meters. Each stride can cover an amazing 7 meters, and at full speed, the cheetah spends more time in the air than on the ground. This effort is so intense that the cheetah's breathing rate can skyrocket, causing a dangerous spike in body temperature that could cause brain damage if the chase goes on for too long. After the sprint, win or lose, the cheetah is completely exhausted and dangerously vulnerable. If the hunt is a success, the race against time has only just begun. The cheetah has to eat and fast. Its smaller jaw and weaker bite are no match for a lion or the bone-crushing jaws of a hyena clan. Kleptoparasitism, which is the scientific term for having your kill stolen, is a constant draining threat. In different ecosystems, studies show that cheetahs can lose a big percentage of their kills to other, more powerful predators. These scavengers often just wait for the cheetah to burn all its precious energy, only to move in and steal the prize from the exhausted sprinter. In this world, the cheetah's victory is short-lived, a perfect explosive moment that has to be seized before the bullies of the plains show up to claim the spoils. Speed is a powerful but lonely weapon. Do you think teamwork always beats individual skill? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Coming up, we'll witness a predator that has given up the solo act for a strategy of perfect, unbreakable unity, while the cheetah bets everything on a short burst of speed. Another predator has adopted a totally different philosophy: relentless, cooperative endurance. The African wild dog, also known as the painted wolf, is arguably the most successful large predator on the continent. Their power isn't in the strength of one dog, but in the seamless, fluid teamwork of the pack. While some claims of their hunting success rate hitting over 80% might be a bit optimistic, studies consistently show success rates around 60%, which is much higher than lions, who often rely more on sheer force than on pure stamina. A pack functions like a single, super-aware organism moving with one mind. Each dog's coat, a unique chaotic pattern of black, gold, and white, blurs into a confusing, dazzling spectacle for their prey during a chase. They don't rely on stealth. Their strategy is an open, exhausting pursuit. Built for long-distance running, their lean bodies are adapted for stamina, letting them keep up high speeds for 5 kilometers, or even more. Their hunts are like a relay race of death, where the lead dogs fall back as they get tired and fresh legs push forward, a marathon designed to mentally and physically wear out their target until it just collapses. Communication is the invisible thread that ties them all together. Before a hunt, the pack gets together for a high-energy rally, and researchers have discovered they use a fascinating form of democracy: sneezing. The more dogs that sneeze, the more likely the pack is to move out and hunt. If a dominant dog sneezes, it might only take a few votes, but if a lower-ranking dog is hungry, it could take 10 or more sneezes to get the group going. During the chase, they use a complex series of high-pitched, bird-like calls to coordinate their movements, cutting off escape routes and isolating their chosen prey. Once the animal, often a wildebeest or impala, starts to slow down, the end is swift and brutally efficient. But what happens next is what truly defines them. There's no fighting over the kill. The pack's complex social structure is built on sharing. Pups and any injured or elderly members are allowed to eat first, and hunters will regurgitate meat for those who were left behind guarding the den. In the world of the painted wolf, the survival of one is less important than the survival of the group. This incredible cooperation is why we love making these films. If you agree, subscribe so you don't miss a moment. Their ruthless teamwork proves that on the savanna, unity can be the ultimate weapon. But now we turn to the undisputed ruler, a predator that combines that strategy with sheer, overwhelming force. The lion pride is about to hold court. If the painted wolves are masters of endurance, the lion pride is the embodiment of raw, overwhelming power. As the savanna's apex predator, their very presence shapes the entire landscape. While a single lion is a fearsome hunter, their true strength, their dynasty-building power, is unlocked when they work together as a unit. A pride, usually made up of related females, their cubs, and a few resident adult males, operates with a mix of patience, strategic ambush, and overwhelming force. The lionesses are the lifeblood of the pride and the main hunters, their teamwork a masterclass they've perfected over a lifetime. Their hunting success rate is around 25 to 30%, a number that doesn't point to a lack of skill, but to the incredible difficulty and danger of hunting the massive prey they so often go after. Their classic technique is a carefully planned ambush, using the wind to hide their scent and the cover of darkness or thick bush. The lionesses spread out, forming a deadly semicircle around their prey. Their tawny coats give them the perfect camouflage in the dry golden grass of the plains. The wait can last for hours, a nerve-wracking test of their patience. Then, with a silent signal or a subtle shift in posture, one lioness will start the action, flushing the panicked prey toward the hidden members of the pride. The chaos that follows is all part of the plan. As the target animal bolts, it runs directly into a wall of muscle and claw. The attack comes from multiple angles, a coordinated assault designed to confuse, exhaust, and overwhelm. It's a display of brute strength, with lionesses leaping onto the prey's back with crushing force to drag it down, while another goes for the throat to deliver a suffocating bite that can last for several agonizing minutes. Once the prey is finally down, the strict and often brutal social hierarchy of the pride takes over. The dominant males, whose main job is to defend the pride's territory from rivals, will often stride in to eat their fill first, their intimidating size and regal presence leaving little room for argument. Still, the kill sustains the entire dynasty, from the powerful males down to the most vulnerable cubs who are watching from the sidelines, learning the deadly arts of their royal family. It's a clash of titans, and you have a front row seat. Hit that notification bell so you never miss one of our epic battles. But what happens when the prey refuses to be prey? What happens when a ton of muscle and fury decides to fight back? Not every hunt ends with a predator's win. The savanna is an arena of titans, and few are more formidable or more aggressive than the Cape buffalo. This is no gentle herbivore. It's a walking fortress of muscle that can weigh up to 900 kilograms. Its most defining feature is its horns, which curve and fuse together at the base to form a solid, helmet-like shield of bone called a boss. These horns aren't just for show. They can toss a full-grown lion into the air like it's a toy. For a lion pride, hunting a buffalo is the ultimate gamble, a potentially huge reward weighed against the very real risk of a catastrophic injury or even death. When a pride targets a buffalo herd, they aren't just hunting an animal. They're declaring war on an army. They look for a sign of weakness, a lone buffalo that's strayed from the group, a young calf, or an animal that's old or sick. Often under the cover of darkness, the lionesses make their move, trying to create panic and separate their target from the immense power of the herd. They leap onto its back, claws digging in for a grip, their combined weight trying to slow the beast, while others attempt the dangerous killing bite to the throat. But the buffalo's greatest weapon isn't its horns or its size. It's its solidarity. A bellow of distress from a captured herd member doesn't make the others run away in fear. It's a call to arms. The herd will turn and charge as one, a thundering wall of fury and horn aimed right at the attackers. They'll mob the lions, trampling and goring any that aren't quick enough or smart enough to get away. Faced with this terrifying unified counterattack, even a large, experienced lion pride is often forced to give up the hunt. Tonight, the hunters go hungry, limping away with a powerful reminder that on the savanna, power is a constantly shifting force. This encounter is a powerful reminder that power is a constantly shifting force. What's the most incredible animal standoff you've seen documented? Tell us in the comments. The duel between lion and buffalo is just one chapter in this epic. What about the giants who walk these plains, seemingly living in a world of their own? Looming over the savanna like a silent, slow-moving watchtower, the giraffe is an icon of gentle power. As the world's tallest mammal, standing up to 6 meters high, its unique perspective gives it an incredible early warning system against predators. From its high vantage point, it can spot a threat from a kilometer away. But its height isn't just for defense, it's also its weapon. A single well-aimed kick from a giraffe's long, powerful leg can deliver a blow with enough force to shatter a lion's skull, killing it instantly. They are not the easy targets they might seem to be. Giraffes are social animals, but their herds are fluid and always changing, with individuals coming and going. This loose structure allows them to cover huge areas in search of their favorite food, the leaves of the acacia tree. Their famously long necks, which have the exact same number of vertebrae as a human's, allow them to eat at heights no other large herbivore can reach, giving them exclusive access to a vital food source high above the competition. However, their great height comes with a great vulnerability. To drink, a giraffe has to spread its front legs in a wide, awkward, and unstable stance, lowering its head all the way to the water's surface. In this position, it's off balance, defenseless, and dangerously exposed. Apex predators like lions and crocodiles know this well, and waterholes are often the stage for a dramatic ambush. The giraffe must constantly weigh its desperate thirst against the ever-present threat of a violent attack. A life-or-death calculation it has to make every single day. These surprising facts are what make the savanna so endlessly fascinating. If you're learning something new, give this video a thumbs up. From the tallest giant to a master of illusion, the savanna is full of surprising survival tactics. Up next, an animal that uses its pattern not to hide, but to confuse. In a landscape painted in shades of tan grass and muted earth tones, the zebra's bold black and white stripes seem like a strange choice. Beacon for any predator's eye. For years, scientists debated why they have them. Was it camouflage? A way to stay cool? But leading theories now suggest that when they're in motion, the stripes create a confusing and powerful optical illusion called motion dazzle. When a herd thunders across the plain, the mass of shifting, intersecting stripes creates a kind of visual overload for a pursuing predator. For a lion, which is thought to be colorblind and sees the world in shades of gray, the swirling patterns can make it incredibly hard to pick out one individual from the next. It becomes a challenge to judge a single zebra's speed, its exact direction, or to lock onto it for an attack. It's a shared defense where the safety of one is tied to the chaotic movement of the group. A more recent compelling theory adds another layer of defense. The stripes also seem to deter biting insects like tsetse flies, which get confused by the patterns and have a hard time landing. But the zebra's defense isn't just passive. They are formidable fighters. A powerful kick from their back legs can connect with enough force to break a predator's jaw, and their bite is strong and stubborn. Family groups, led by a stallion, are very close-knit. They'll often circle a threatened member of the family, facing outwards to present a solid wall of hooves and teeth to an attacker. This powerful combination of visual illusion and aggressive, cooperative defense makes them a challenging and dangerous meal for even the most determined hunter. Stripes can confuse, but they can't stop the inevitable march of time and instinct. If you want more spectacles like the one we're about to show you, make sure you're subscribed. Next up, we witness one of the greatest events on Earth, an epic journey that defines the very rhythm of the entire ecosystem. Every year, the savanna hosts one of the greatest and most dangerous spectacles on Earth, the Great Migration. Driven by an ancient instinct, nearly 2 million wildebeest, along with hundreds of thousands of zebras and gazelles, set off on a 1,000-kilometer circular journey. It's a relentless search for fresh grass and life-giving water, all dictated by the seasonal rains. This moving river of life is a traveling feast for predators. Lions, hyenas, leopards, and wild dogs patrol the migration routes, their own seasons of feast and famine tied directly to this endless parade, picking off the weak, the young, and the unwary. The journey itself is a grueling test of endurance, filled with exhaustion and predation, but one obstacle stands above all others in its sheer, concentrated danger: the crossing of the Mara River. As the herds gather on the high, crumbling banks, the air crackles with tension. They can smell the water. They can sense the life-giving plains on the other side, but they can also sense the death that waits just beneath the surface. For hours, sometimes even for days, they hesitate, a great, nervous mass of energy building until the pressure from the thousands behind becomes too much to bear. Finally, one brave animal takes the plunge, setting off a chaotic, desperate chain reaction. The river erupts into a storm of panic and survival as thousands of animals pour over the steep banks. This is the moment the river's ancient assassins have been waiting for, and the gauntlet doesn't end on the far bank. Exhausted, disoriented, and often separated from the herd, the survivors are frequently met by lions and other predators waiting in ambush in the bushes. The Mara River is a brutal but necessary filter, a zone of immense sacrifice where thousands die, ensuring that only the strongest will continue the journey and, in doing so, fuel the predators that rule these lands. The Great Migration is a brutal, beautiful cycle. Let us know in the comments if you'd be brave enough to witness it. The predators on the banks are a familiar threat, but what of the killers in the water itself? Next, we're diving beneath the surface to meet an ancient predator whose design has been perfected over millions of years. Waiting with primordial patience in the murky, churning waters of the Mara is a predator from another time. The Nile crocodile is a living relic, a brutally efficient design that's been perfected over millions of years. As Africa's largest freshwater predator, an adult male can reach over 5 meters long and weigh up to 750 kilograms. But their real power, their most terrifying weapon, is their bite. With a measured bite force that can be as high as 5,000 pounds per square inch, or PSI, the Nile crocodile has one of the strongest bites in the animal kingdom, enough force to shatter solid bone like it's glass. They are the ultimate ambush predator, lying submerged and almost perfectly still, with only their eyes, ears, and nostrils breaking the surface like periscopes of death. Highly sensitive pressure receptors along their jaws allow them to detect the faintest ripple in the water, letting them know when any animal ventures too close. When a wildebeest steps into the water, the crocodile strikes with the speed of a released spring. It rarely kills with the first bite. Instead, it uses its immense power and weight to drag its prey into the deep and start the infamous death roll. By spinning its entire body with brutal, unstoppable force, it both drowns and dismembers its victim in a terrifying display of raw power. It's a method of killing that is as ancient as it is effective. These river tyrants are a critical, primal force in the savanna's ecosystem, policing these waterways long before the dawn of the mammals they hunt today. This ancient power is humbling to witness. If you're captivated by these incredible creatures, hit the like button to show your support. From the riverbanks to the open plains, a constant war for resources rages. Now, we turn to the lion's greatest and most misunderstood rival, a predator whose intelligence might surprise you. Forget the cartoon image of a cowardly, skulking scavenger. The spotted hyena is one of Africa's most formidable, successful, and intelligent predators. In a society that is remarkably complex, with a social structure that rivals some primates, they challenge the very idea of a simple food chain. Far from being just thieves, studies have consistently shown that spotted hyenas hunt and kill the vast majority of their own food. To underestimate them is a fatal and frequent mistake. Their society is a complex and strictly enforced matriarchy. Clans, which can have over 80 members, are ruled by a dominant alpha female who is typically larger and more aggressive than any of the males. Rank is passed down from the mother, and their social politics are intricate and constantly reinforced through a series of greetings and postures. They aren't primarily stealth hunters, they are endurance hunters, capable of running down prey at speeds of up to 60 kilometers per hour. Their incredible bite force, at around 1,100 pounds per square inch, is one of the strongest among mammals, easily capable of crushing bone to get at the nutritious marrow inside, making sure that absolutely nothing from a kill goes to waste. Their most defining trait is their ancient and bitter rivalry with lions. This is a war fought over every single carcass, a constant battle for dominance. While one hyena is no match for an adult lion, a large, organized clan can and will mob a pride. Their numbers, their chaotic calls, and their sheer aggression are sometimes enough to drive the supposed kings of the savanna from their own kill. In fact, long-term studies have shown that lions are often the thieves, stealing kills from hyena clans more often than the other way around. The hyena is not a subordinate, it is a ruler in its own right, a highly successful predator whose intelligence and cooperative strength make it a true power on the plains. Have we changed your mind about the hyena? Let us know below. And if you want more myth-busting wildlife content, be sure to subscribe. But while predators battle for the throne, what if the most powerful force on the savanna isn't a hunter at all? Next up, we meet the architect of the plains. The true ruler of the savanna, the most influential force, may not be a predator at all, but an architect. The African elephant is a keystone species, an animal so important that its daily actions shape the very landscape it lives in. As the largest land mammals on Earth, they are the engineers that maintain the health and balance of the entire ecosystem. A single adult can eat over 150 kilograms of vegetation and drink 200 liters of water in a single day, and in their constant search for food and water, they literally transform the world around them. By knocking down trees and clearing bush, they keep the encroaching forests from taking over, preserving the open grasslands that countless other species need for survival. Their intelligence is profound, their memories are legendary, and their social bonds are deeply complex. Elephant society is a matriarchy, led by an older female whose lifetime of experience is the key to the herd's survival. She knows the ancient migration paths to water, the locations of the best feeding grounds, and how to handle the many dangers of the savanna. During droughts, elephants use their tusks, feet, and trunks to dig for underground water, creating oases that become a vital lifeline for countless other animals. Their role as seed dispersers is also crucial. Elephants can carry seeds over vast distances in their digestive systems, effectively planting new growth with every step and promoting the genetic diversity of the landscape. Their dung alone provides food and shelter for a host of insects, like the dung beetle, which in turn enriches and aerates the soil. From providing water to the smallest creatures to creating and maintaining habitats for others, the elephant is a force of creation, a gentle giant whose influence is felt across every inch of the savanna. The elephant's role as a keystone species is vital. Share this video to spread awareness about these gentle giants. From the largest land animal, we now turn to one of the smallest and most audacious. Get ready to meet a creature that fears absolutely nothing. In a land of giants, specialists, and apex predators, one creature survives and thrives through sheer, unfiltered, indomitable will. The honey badger has been called the most fearless animal on Earth, and for good reason. This compact carnivore is a master of defense and a true generalist, eating everything from insects and scorpions to some of the world's most venomous snakes. Its primary defense is its remarkable skin. It's incredibly thick, tough, and rubbery. But it's also extraordinarily loose, which allows the badger to completely twist and turn around inside it when gripped by a predator. This unique adaptation makes it nearly impossible for an attacker to get a firm, killing hold. An attacker that grabs a honey badger by the scruff of its neck will suddenly find itself face to face with a set of powerful jaws and sharp claws. If that startling defense fails, it can also release a foul, suffocating smell from its anal glands to drive an enemy away. But their survival isn't just about toughness and attitude. Honey badgers are also remarkably intelligent and are known to be one of the few non-primate animals that use tools. They've been seen moving rocks and logs to create platforms, using sticks to dig for food, and skillfully unlatching complex gates in captivity. This potent combination of ferocious attitude, a nearly impenetrable defense, and surprising ingenuity allows the honey badger to thrive in an environment full of larger, stronger predators. It's a powerful lesson that in the battle for survival, size isn't everything. Sometimes it's the will to fight that matters most. Is the honey badger your new favorite animal? Let us know in the comments what you think is the most fearless creature on Earth. The honey badger is a legend on the ground, but the savanna also hosts a hunter that owns the sky, yet stalks its prey on foot. Stalking through the grasslands on a pair of impossibly long, crane-like legs, the secretary bird looks more like an elegant diplomat than a ruthless killer. But this land-based bird of prey is one of the savanna's most specialized and brutally effective hunters. Its scientific name, Sagittarius serpentarius, translates to the archer of snakes, and it lives up to that name with terrifying efficiency. Unlike other raptors that strike from the sky, the secretary bird hunts almost entirely on foot, striding for miles across the grassland each day. When it finds a snake, even a lethally venomous one like a cobra or a puff adder, it begins a deadly dance. The bird can use its large wings as a shield, creating a confusing display to distract the snake while delivering a series of lightning-fast kicks with its powerful legs. Each stomp can land with a force up to 5 times the bird's own body weight, more than enough to break a snake's spine or crush its skull. The strikes themselves are incredibly fast, with a contact time of just 15 milliseconds, which is 10 times faster than the blink of a human eye. The snake has no time to react, no time to strike back. As a final layer of defense, thick scales on its legs protect it against any desperate last-second bites. This unique and highly specialized hunting style makes the secretary bird a master of its domain, a feathered assassin that keeps the plains free of some of its most dangerous reptiles. They are a testament to the diverse and often surprising strategies that life uses to find an edge in the relentless competition of the savanna. Nature's specialists are truly mind-blowing. If you find this as fascinating as we do, hit that like button. From a bird that kills with its feet, we now turn our attention to the other side of that deadly equation, one of the most feared snakes on the planet. Speed, power, and a devastatingly potent venom all come together in the form of the black mamba. It isn't Africa's single most venomous snake, but its unique combination of size, speed, and a nervous, aggressive nature makes it one of the continent's most feared reptiles. Reaching lengths of up to 4.3 meters, it is Africa's longest venomous snake. Its name comes not from its gray or olive-brown skin, but from the inky, black inside of its mouth, which it flashes as a terrifying final warning when threatened. The mamba is fast, capable of moving at nearly 20 kilometers per hour, but it mainly uses this speed to escape threats, not to hunt. For hunting, it's an ambush predator, waiting patiently for small mammals and birds to cross its path. Its venom is a complex and fast-acting cocktail of neurotoxins that attacks the central nervous system, causing rapid paralysis. Without immediate access to the right anti-venom, a bite can be fatal to a human in as little as 20 minutes, as the venom shuts down the muscles that control breathing. Despite its fearsome reputation, the black mamba is generally shy and will always try to avoid a confrontation if it can. However, if it's cornered and its escape route is cut off, it will rear up, spread a narrow, cobra-like hood, and may strike not just once, but repeatedly, injecting a large amount of venom with each bite. It's a creature of deadly grace, a swift and silent shadow that commands respect and caution from every other animal on the savanna. This journey through the savanna is packed with danger and wonder. If you don't want to miss what's next, make sure you're subscribed. Life on the savanna plays out on many scales. We've seen the giants and the killers, but what about the hidden architects? Up next, we explore a society of millions that builds cities and shapes the soil itself. Beneath the dramatic, visible world of predators and prey, an unseen civilization is constantly at work. Termites are the great silent engineers of the savanna, and their mounds, which can house colonies of millions, are complex feats of biological architecture that have a huge impact on the entire ecosystem. These structures, rising from the earth like ancient organic cathedrals, are far more than just homes. They are climate-controlled fortresses built for farming. Deep inside the mound, in carefully controlled chambers, the termites grow fungus gardens, their primary and essential food source. To keep these delicate gardens at a precise temperature and humidity, they construct an intricate network of vents and tunnels that uses the power of convection. Hot air rises out of a central chimney, which pulls cooler air in through vents at the base. This natural air conditioning system allows the colony to survive the extreme heat and punishing drought of the African plains. The mounds themselves are built from a mixture of soil, saliva, and feces, creating a concrete-like material that is nearly impossible for predators to break through. But their influence goes far beyond their own survival. Termite activity aerates and turns the soil, enriching it with nutrients and creating fertile islands of growth that dot the landscape. Old abandoned mounds become prime real estate for other animals, from snakes and mongooses to warthogs and even hyenas, who use them as dens. By breaking down dead wood and plant matter, they are the savanna's essential recyclers, returning vital nutrients to the earth and fueling new life. They are the silent, tireless engineers that maintain the very foundation upon which all other life on the savanna is built. It's incredible to think about the unseen world beneath our feet. What other hidden ecosystems should we explore? Tell us in the comments. We've seen the engineers, but what about the acrobats? Next, we spotlight a feline that hunts with astonishing verticality. The tall grasslands of the savanna hide many secrets, including one of the feline world's most specialized and acrobatic hunters. The serval is a master of its specific environment, a slender cat defined by its disproportionately long legs, slender body, and enormous ears. These aren't just physical quirks, they are finely tuned instruments for a unique and highly effective style of hunting. The serval's legs are the longest of any cat relative to its body size, giving it the height it needs to peer over the dense grass. Its huge, radar-like ears can pivot independently, triangulating on the faintest rustle of a rodent hidden underfoot. Its hearing is so sharp, it can even detect prey moving in underground burrows. Once a target is precisely located, the serval performs a spectacular move. It can leap over 3 meters straight up into the air from a standstill, a maneuver that allows it to pounce down with its front paws, stunning or pinning its prey. This vertical attack allows it to strike with pinpoint precision in an environment where a traditional horizontal chase would be impossible. This highly specialized hunting method is incredibly effective. Studies show that servals have one of the highest success rates of any solitary cat, succeeding in about 50% of their attempts. They are so agile and have such fast reflexes, they can even snatch birds right out of the sky as they take flight. The serval is a perfect example of how evolution shapes a predator for a specific niche, a high-flying hunter perfectly built for a world of tall grass and hidden prey. The serval's unique skill is incredible to watch. If you're loving these specialized hunters, hit that notification bell for our next documentary. Every battle, won or lost, eventually comes to an end. But what happens to the fallen? Stay with us as we meet the silent crew that ensures nothing on the savanna ever goes to waste. After the roars of the hunt and the struggles of the kill have faded, a new drama unfolds high in the sky. Circling silhouettes, riding the thermal updrafts, begin to spiral downwards. The vultures have arrived, often seen as grim omens of death. These birds are, in fact, the savanna's essential sanitation service. Without them, the plains would quickly become a breeding ground for disease. By rapidly consuming carcasses, they prevent the spread of deadly bacteria like anthrax and rabies, playing a critical role in the health of the entire ecosystem. Their arrival at a carcass is a highly organized, if chaotic-looking event. Different species are equipped for different jobs. The powerful lappet-faced vulture often arrives first, its formidable beak strong, enough to tear open tough hides that other birds can't break through, making the meal accessible to everyone. Then come the hordes of white-backed vultures, who plunge their long, featherless necks deep into the carcass to eat the soft tissues. This seemingly gross bare-skinned feature is crucial, as it prevents feathers from getting matted with blood and bacteria. In a remarkably short amount of time, a coalition of different vulture species can strip a large animal down to the bone. They are a vital indicator of a healthy ecosystem, and their declining numbers in many parts of the world, mostly due to poisoning, are a serious warning sign. By recycling death back into life, these remarkable birds close the circle. They are the final crucial step in the brutal, efficient economy of the wild, making sure that on this great battlefield, absolutely nothing is wasted. From the ghostly stalk of the leopard to the thundering solidarity of a buffalo herd, the African savanna is a grand and ancient theater of struggle, adaptation, and resilience. We've seen the high-speed, all-or-nothing gamble of the cheetah, the coordinated hunting genius of the painted wolves, the raw dynastic power of the lion pride, and the unyielding, ferocious defiance of the honey badger. This world, in all its brutal complexity, is governed by a simple, profound truth. Life is fueled by life. Every chase, every kill, and every act of scavenging is a vital transfer of energy that sustains a delicate and ancient balance. But this balance, forged over millennia, is now more fragile than ever. These same animals, these icons of wildness, are facing their greatest and most unpredictable threat: us. Habitat loss from agriculture, infrastructure, and human settlement is shrinking their world at an alarming rate. Poaching for the illegal wildlife trade continues to threaten iconic species with extinction, and human-wildlife conflict creates new and deadly flashpoints along the borders of these wild spaces. But despair is not a strategy. Action is. The future of the savanna and the incredible creatures that call it home is a responsibility we all share. You can be part of the solution. You can support the vital work of frontline conservation groups like the African Wildlife Foundation or Tusk Trust, which work tirelessly to protect habitats, combat poaching, and empower local communities to become guardians of their own natural heritage. If you ever have the chance to visit these magnificent places, choose responsible, ethical tourism operators that ensure your presence benefits the local ecosystem and the people protecting it. Your choices, your voice, and your awareness matter. The battle for survival on the savanna never truly ends, and now that battle includes the fight for its very existence. If you've been captivated by this journey and believe in a future where these animals continue to thrive, subscribe to our channel for more incredible wildlife documentaries, and don't forget to check out our playlist of epic animal encounters, linked in the description below. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the wild savanna.